Once you're situated, make sure the microphone is kind of aimed at your chin and that the light is on the base.
Okay, we good?
Okay, Mr. Nelson, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Could you state your name for the record, please, and spell your last name?
William May, last name May, M-A-Y.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to get this part out of the way here.
Yes,
when
sir.
we were preparing, doing trial prep, you told me that you had served our country overseas. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's correct.
And as a result of that you're dealing with some PTSD?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. That you have gone through some group therapy and things like that, group talking?
Yes, I continue to do that
Okay.
just to help me.
And you're taking anxiety medications for that?
Correct.
Okay. Do those anxiety medications make it difficult for you to remember, anything like that?
Some things it does.
Okay.
I forget things.
Okay. With that in mind, if there's a moment when you need to take a moment, or if something's becoming a little overwhelming because of what you've been through, just let us know and we can pause for a second, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Mr. May, how do you know Nichole?
Yes, I do.
How do you know Nichole?
I came back from Iraq and I met her through a party. I had a
Okay.
party and met her then.
Okay. And what happened next?
We just kind of hung out for a couple of weeks and, one thing led to another.
What does that mean exactly?
We started seeing each other more frequently,
Okay.
talking on a regular basis, hanging out. So,
Did it turn into a relationship?
I wouldn't classify it as that, but some other people might.
I guess the question is, would Nichole have considered you her boyfriend?
That I don't know. I never asked, so I don't have the answer for you. So,
Okay.
I know I didn't ask her, so
You didn't
I didn't ask to be my girlfriend, boyfriend. So
You didn't do the 1950s thing and ask her to be your boyfriend,
Yeah.
your girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
But the two of you hung out for a while.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. The two of you ever hang out at a house party?
Yes, my house party.
All right. Do you recall that house party?
Yes. I don't know the exact day, but yes, I do.
If you could roughly tell us when this house party would have taken place.
It was probably Friday or Saturday. We were just hanging out, drinking.
I get that it'd be a Friday or Saturday night. It tends to be when house parties is. I'm guessing more asking, do you have maybe a month, a season, or a year?
I don't know. I came back from Iraq in the summer of 2008, so it'd have been shortly after that.
Okay. At this house party, do you recall people talking about Anita's death?
Yes, so we were playing video games and we were sitting on the couch. Nichole and I were sitting on the couch and a couple buddies were playing video games and someone from the kitchen was talking about it, and that's when it was stated, the comment.
When what was stated?
The comment was that from Nichole Rice, it was that she had did it, that she had killed Anita.
Nichole said that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, a moment ago, you testified that you have been to group sessions with other veterans, and you still go to those group sessions.
Correct.
At those sessions, have you heard other veterans say that they have killed people?
Objection here, say, Your Honor.
Your Honor, it's not being offered for the truth of the matter asserted.
Overruled.
Yes, there's been people that have stated that.
When those people have said that they have killed people, was that said basically the same way as Nichole said it that night?
Correct.
How did I'm going to call it a situationship because it's not a relationship. Does that work for you?
That works for me, yes.
Okay. How did the situationship with Nichole end?
So the next day after it was stated, I called the police department, and from there, I gave my statement, same thing I just stated now, and that was the end of it. And then I just kind of cut all ties with Nichole completely.
And why did you cut ties with Nichole?
I'm in the service, was in the service at the time. I didn't need any of that stuff around.
When you were in the situationship with Nichole, did you talk to her about Anita's death?
I had mentioned it one time. I asked her if she remembers saying it and if she could say it again, but nothing.
Okay. Did Nichole ever tell you that the Minot Police Department had cleared her?
Yes, that was mentioned to me. that she had been cleared.
That was from Nichole that said that.
Yes.
Okay. To you specifically?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Sand, you wish to cross-examine? You may proceed.
Couple of follow-up questions, Mr. May. You said you had called the police department after this happened.
Correct. I did.
Who you talked to?
I have no idea who I talked to. I
There's
just,
no records of you calling the police department. Are you aware of that?
I understand that. Yeah,
Okay.
they've told me that.
Good. And then you spoke with them again after the documentary came out, correct?
Yeah, they called me.
Okay.
Mhm.
You understand they have no records of you ever calling the police department?
Correct. That's what I've been hearing.
Okay.
Yes.
Please let each of you answer your question
Yes,
and
my
finish it.
apologies, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Detective Asham, right here. You probably can't see behind the wall. That's who was on the phone with you.
Oh, okay.
You recall that?
Was that in after the documentary came out?
Yeah, that was in
Okay.
2022. It was
Okay.
in preparation. Do you remember Steve Spignola being on that call with the documentary?
No.
Okay. Now, this interview was a couple years ago, but it wasn't back when a lot of these interviews took place. Do you recall saying you lived in a house with a big group of guys?
Correct.
You were young and dumb. You'd have parties all the time.
Correct. Yes.
Do you remember saying she was belligerently drunk?
Correct.
Do you remember you said you tried to follow up with her when she was sober? She wouldn't say anything about it.
Correct. Yep.
Said she didn't do it.
She just said she didn't recall making that statement.
Do you recall? I'm not going to ask it that way. Steve Spignola asked you if you thought Nichole killed her, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Steve Spignola is the documentary guy from Cold Justice.
Okay.
You remember saying, I don't think so, I don't think so. I mean, she can't even kill a mouse.
I mean, it's vaguely. Yeah, I
I'll show
remember.
it to you.
Okay. Yeah.
This is a transcript of the interview. Just this Q2A here. Q2 is Steve Spignola, not the police officer. The Hollywood guy.
Okay.
Let me know when you're done with that, sir.
Yeah, I'm done.
Do you remember saying that?
I remember now after reading it. Yeah.
She couldn't even hurt a mouse? You don't think she did it?
I mean, I don't know. Anybody can.
But that's what you said.
Correct. Yes.
Do you remember them asking you if you thought there might be anything else important? You said, I don't know, I think the maintenance guy might have done it.
Yeah, that was the rumor around town. Is that the maintenance guy did?
That's what you thought.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was just going off what everyone else said.
right. So then you talked about this, Nichole thought she was your girlfriend, but you didn't think you were her boyfriend type
Correct.
situation
Yeah.
back in the day. Did you ever hang out with Nichole again after that?
Correct. I did.
Tell me about that.
I ran into her at the bar after I come back from Afghanistan, and
2017 sound right?
Yeah, roughly about then.
Okay. Tell me about that relationship.
I mean, I was told that she was cleared and everything was going well, and it ended because after like a month and a
So you
half.
felt comfortable getting back together?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. You weren't scared of her?
No, after I was told that she had been cleared.
Right.
Then,
So you started dating again, right?
correct, yeah.
Did she think she was your girlfriend at that point?
We were boyfriend, girlfriend at that time, yeah.
I appreciate you serving our country. It sounds like it's taking quite a toll on you.
It has, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. A lot of therapy, a lot of medication.
A lot. I spent 90 days at St. Cloud.
What did you do at St. Cloud?
PTSD track treatment.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Nelson, do you have any redirects, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. St. Cloud, that's the VA hospital there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, a moment ago, you were cut off by Mr. Sand. You started to say anybody can, and then you were cut off. What were you about to say?
Well, anybody can, you know.
Objection calls for speculation, Your Honor.
He's not speculating to what he was about to
Overruled.
say.
It was your question, Mr. Sand. Go ahead.
Everybody has a mind of their own, so you can't really tell what one person's going to do besides the other. That's all I was going to say.
Okay. Now, who was it that told you that Nichole was cleared by the Minot PD?
Herself.
Okay. Anybody else?
Her father.
All right. Now, you testified that the defendant, when she made the statement that she had murdered Anita, was belligerently drunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Intoxicated to the point where you can't drive.
Belligerent tends to mean angry. Is that the word that you meant to use?
Sorry, then I'm not using that. But she was just really, really drunk.
Okay. Have you, in your experience, been around other people that have been intoxicated?
Yes, I
Just
have.
in your life, and how old are you now?
39.
Okay. So you've
Yes,
been
I
of
have.
legal drinking age for about 18
For
years.
a minute, yeah. Yep.
Okay, and we're not going to ask about anything that before 21 and the statute of limitations would have run out
No,
of that.
let's not do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been around people that have been drinking.
Mm-hmm.
In your experience, does their guard kind of fall down a little bit when they're drinking?
Correct. For most people, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In your experience, are they more likely to tell the truth when they've been drinking?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Now, the next day when you talked to Nichole about the confession that she gave that she said she'd killed Anita,
Mm-hmm.
your testimony on cross-examination was that she didn't remember saying that. Is
Mm-hmm.
that accurate?
Yes.
Now, I want to make this very clear. Did she say that she didn't kill Anita, or that she didn't remember saying that she killed Anita?
She didn't remember making that statement.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Sand?
When you dated Nichole the second time, did you live with her?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Is the witness here by subpoena, Mr. Nelson?
He is, Your Honor, and he can be released.
Any objections, Mr. Sand?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. And again, thanks for your service. Thank you. You are excused. You may come and go as you please.
Okay.
Next witness, Mr. Nelson.
That'll be mine, Your Honor.
Yes,
State
sir.
calls Christina Holler. She was originally Christina Imhoff.
All right. Ma'am, if you'll come up here, please. I'm going to have this lady swear you an oath.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Then go ahead and have a seat over here, ma'am. So what was the last name you said, Miss?
Holler. Holler. I'll have her spell that, Your Honor.
Okay. Once you're situated, just kind of try to aim the microphone at your chin. Looks good. And then just make sure the light is on the base. Okay, you may proceed, Ms. Surgeon.
Would you please state your name for the record?
My legal name is Christina Holler,
And would you please spell Christina? There's several different spellings.
Kristina.
Have you ever been known by another name?
And
Yes.
spell your last name.
Holler.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And have you ever been known by another name?
Christina Imhoff or Christy.
Okay. And could you spell Imhoff for the record?
Imhoff.
Christina, what state do you live in currently?
North Dakota.
Did you ever live in the city of Minot?
Yes.
How long ago did you live in Minot?
I lived there from 2005 to 2011.
During the time that you lived in Minot, did you know Nichole Thomas Rice?
Yes.
How did you know her?
I met her at a party.
Do you know approximately when that party was?
2008.
And do you know where the party was?
I can't give you the address. The person that rented it his name was Nick. He was at Air Force.
Okay. And can you describe how the circumstances under which you met Nichole?
We were at a party and she was crying, and I asked her what was wrong. She said she had been getting bullied about the anniversary of her roommate's death.
So what did you
And
do?
I asked her if she needed a ride home.
And did you give her that ride?
Yes.
Okay. Did the two of you talk during that ride?
I am not sure if we didn't talk. I'm sure we talked during the ride home. We talked when we got into her apartment.
Okay. And did she tell you something during that conversation?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
That she had done it to her roommate.
What did she specifically state to you?
I'm not 100% word for word, but that she had gotten into an argument with her and had stabbed her.
Do you remember what she told you the argument was about?
An alarm clock.
Did she give you any other details about her roommate?
That she was wearing a white robe.
And she specifically stated that she stabbed her roommate.
Yes.
What did you do with that information?
I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. I went back to the party, told my friend that I wanted to go home. When I got home, I sat at the kitchen table with my two roommates and told them what happened and asked them what I should do.
And what did you decide to do?
I called the police department, told them that I had information, and then I went down and wrote a statement.
Okay. Do you remember who you spoke with at Minot Police Department?
I do not.
And this was in 2008, is that right?
Yes.
Were you ever given a copy of your statement after you wrote it?
I am not sure about that.
Now, there's no record of your having gone to the police department, correct?
Yes.
All right. When's the next time that you discussed this with the Minot Police Department?
2022.
Okay. And who'd you speak with?
Detective Carmen Ash. I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
not sure how to say her last name.
Asham?
Asham.
Okay. Following that party and after you went to the police department, did you have any further contact with Nichole?
Yes.
And what was that contact like?
We hung out after that. We were friends. I would stay at her house. We had talked about being roommates.
Did that actually happen? That
No.
you became roommates? Okay. How long were the two of you friends?
3 months.
Why such a short period of time?
It got very controlling, fighting. Drinking was bad.
Drinking by who?
Both of us.
Okay. And when you say there was some fighting, what do you mean?
We would fight if I wanted to go hang out with my other friends. She would get upset about that.
Okay. And why was that?
I'm not sure.
Do you know William May?
Yes.
Okay. And What did you know of his relationship, if any, with Nichole Rice?
They were only dating about, I think, a week when I had met Nichole.
You said that you were only friends with Nichole for about 3 months. Did the two of you argue?
Yes,
How did you argue? In person? Over the phone?
in person and through text.
And then the friendship ended, is that right?
Yes.
Do you know what caused the falling out?
We got into an argument. I'm not sure what it was about.
Okay. And how did it end?
I made a statement to her and I walked out, and I haven't talked to her or seen her since.
Was there ever any physical violence?
No.
Did you ever bring it up to her again about the fact that she had told you she stabbed her roommate?
I had given her and Willie a ride home from a party one time, and I had brought it up.
And what'd she say?
I'm not sure if that was the time that she said that she was in the white robe, or if it wasn't. I can't remember that. Sure.
So after she had confessed this to you and you went to the police department, why'd you continue to hang out with her?
I was a very selfish teenager. I wasn't thinking about the big picture. I didn't know Anita or any of the other stuff that had gone on. I can't answer for what my mindset was then. I just know that I was a young 20-year-old that was being very selfish. And I was drinking and just being young.
Now, Christy, you didn't actually go to the police department when you spoke with Sergeant Asham, is that right?
No,
Okay. You hadn't contacted the police, is that correct?
no.
How is it that you ended up speaking with Sergeant Asham?
She had called me saying that they had a tip that they needed to talk to me about. I was possibly her friend and had been at that party.
And that's when you gave the information again, is that correct?
Yes.
I have nothing further.
Mr. Sand, any cross-examination, sir?
I do, sir. Thank you. When's the last time you talked to Willie May?
In 2022, I was going to have a statement with Detective Carmen Asham, and the day before the statement, I had gotten a friend request, and from Willie May.
Willie May friend requested
Yep.
the day before your statement.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
You know
just
that he used to be.
Please let her finish the answer.
I thought she was done. I apologize.
and then just asked me how I was, and I sent all of the screenshots to Detective Carmen.
And the state had asked you about reporting this back in the day, and there's no record of that. You understand that, correct?
Yes.
There's no record of either of you reporting this.
Objection, is there a question?
Do you understand that? I'll withdraw, Your Honor. Now, this was a long time ago, correct?
Yes.
You said you were drinking a lot at that time, correct?
Yeah.
You've used the term you don't remember quite a bit under direct examination. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, under direct examination, did you say that you didn't live with Nichole?
I would stay with her after we would go out. We had talks about being roommates. I had my own place still, and I did not end up living with her.
Okay, but you guys stayed together a lot.
Yeah.
And this is after the thing she told you.
Yes.
You recall this interview?
Yes.
recall that when you talked to Detective Asham, she said that you said, I stabbed her. Is that accurate? Do you recall that?
That I said that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you recall saying, I apologize, I'm having a hard time remembering?
She had called me out of the blue and was asking me a lot of questions. And
Right.
I was trying to put all the pieces together from, at that time, it was 15 years ago.
You said, I don't know, I know something about a white robe and an alarm clock. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
It's hard to remember all this stuff.
There's pieces that I remember and there's pieces that I don't.
Oh, it's real important that we try to get this right. You understand that?
Yes.
Nicole's sitting right there.
Objection. Is there a question? This is badgering.
It's not overruled.
Do you recall saying in that same conversation, I'm not 100% on that?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any redirect, Ms. Sorgan?
Yes, Your Honor. Christy, you just told Mr. Sand that Sergeant Asham had called you up out of the blue and you were trying to put together pieces from 15 years prior. Is that correct?
Yes.
You've had time to sit and think about this in 3 years since you've given that statement. Is that right?
Yes.
Are you sure you got it right?
Yes.
And Mr. Sand asked you about the thing that Nichole told you. What was the thing?
That her and Anita had gotten in an argument about alarm clock and that she was in a white robe and she had stabbed her.
Thank you. I have nothing further.
Anything else, Mr. Sand?
Just quickly, Your Honor. I thought I was done. Based on the questions you were asked here, sounds like I'm getting a different answer than the state is getting. I'm going to go back to this because I have to clarify that. You said you weren't 100%, correct? We just brought that up.
100%. Can you say what the 100% was? Because in that statement, there was other things that I said I'm not 100% sure on.
Detective asked, you said I stabbed her. Is that accurate? You said, I think so. I apologize. You caught me off guard.
Yes.
And you said maybe she said I did it. Is that correct?
Yeah. In there.
It's important that we get this right. Can't change. All Detective Asham, if you had just watched the Cold Justice TV show about the case prior to the interview,
Yes.
what did you say?
That was the second interview.
What did you say?
Yes.
You said yes, you had seen the Cold Justice
Yes.
documentary. Right?
Yes. That week.
Further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Sorgan, anything else?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Ms. Holler, you were just asked by Mr. Sand if you had watched the Cold Justice interview, and you said it was before your second interview, correct?
Correct.
Did that impact what you told Sergeant Asham at all?
No.
Thank you.
Last question, Mr. Sand. Anything else?
Nothing for me, Your Honor.
Is she hereby subpoenaed, Ms.
She
Sawyer?
is, Your Honor.
Is she excused?
Yes, she is.
Standing objections?
No problem, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. You may come and go as you please.